Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. Bismillah ir-Rahman ir-Rahim. Welcome back to our channel. After a comprehensive overview about the initial 21 types of angels created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are now moving towards Naqil Al-Amr, the bearer of the command. The title Naqil Al-Amr literally means Naqil, the carrier, conveyor, transmitter. Amr, the command, decree, divine order or affair. Thus, Naqil Al-Amr is the angel who carries Allah's command from the realm of the unseen to the realm of creation. This is the being of unfathomable might, created from the most luminous light, called Nur Muhammadi, meaning the divine light of Prophet Muhammad. In the writings of Sufi masters, he is described as the angel who delivers Allah's decree from the preserved tablet, meaning Allah al-Maḥfūẓ, to the womb at the moment of human formation. Before going further, a quick update. All our videos are available in both English and Urdu languages on our YouTube channel. You can find them by navigating to our playlist, where all our videos are available for your convenience. Now, let's continue. Quranic mentions. The Qur'an repeatedly emphasizes that creation and destiny are tied to Allah, Amar meaning command. In Surah Yasin, verse 82, Allah says, His command, when He intends a thing, is only that He says to it, be, and it is in Surah Al-Imran, verse 47, when He decrees a command, Amar, He only says to it, be, and it is in Surah An-Nāzi, verse 40, our command, Amruna, is only one, like the twinkling of an eye. These show that Amr is Allah's creative fiat, the word of creation. In Surah Al-Araf, verse 54, indeed His is the creation and the command, al-Khalq wal-Amr. Blessed is Allah, Lord of the worlds. Sufis interpret this as Khalq is form, Amr is spirit. Khalq shapes, Amr animates. In Surah Al-Qamar, verse 49, indeed we have created all things with qadar, destiny. In Surah Al-Hadid, verse 22, no calamity strikes upon the earth or in yourselves except that it is inscribed in a book before we bring it into being. In Surah Al-Qadr, verse 4, the angels and the spirit descend therein by the permission of their Lord for every matter, Kuli Amma. In Surah Al-Nazi'at, verse 5, those who arrange the command, Al-Mudabirat Amra. In Al-Shura, verse 52, thus we have revealed to you a spirit of our command, Ruhan min Amrina. You did not know the book or faith, but we made it light by which we guide whom we will. In Surah Al-Isra, verse 85, they ask you about the Spirit. Say, the Spirit is of the command of my Lord min Amri Rabbi. Here, Amr becomes revelation and spiritual life itself. These verses show that Allah's decrees flow from the preserved tablet into creation through angelic intermediaries. Naqil Al-Amr is seen in Sufi cosmology as the angel that embodies this transmission of divine decree, especially concerning human life. These verses establish the class of angels who carry Allah's Amr into the world, the role Naqil Al-Amr represents. In our previous videos, we also explored the verse on how Allah created every living thing from water, the creation of the waters above the dome and below the flat earth, firmament dome above the flat earth, actual shape of the earth according to the Qur'an and Islamic cosmology, primordial waters of the heavens, the Kursi, meaning the footstool of Allah, the Arsh, meaning the throne of Allah, Lawḥ al-Maḥfūẓ, the sacred tablet, the pen meaning al-Kalam, why Allah created the universe, the first creation of Allah, the 7 portals and dimensions of the universe, and discussed where Allah was before He created the universe. If you haven't watched them yet, please do. Now, let's continue. Hadith mentions. Several authentic hadith illuminate this angel's role, though without naming him directly. Hadith Sahih al-Bukhari 3208 and Sahih Muslim 2643 describes, each one of you is gathered in the womb for 40 days as a drop and a clot, then a lump. Then Allah sends an angel who is commanded to write 4 things: his provision, his lifespan, his deeds, and whether he will be wretched or blessed. Here, Allah's command is literally given to an angel to carry into the womb, the clearest basis for Naqil Al-Amr. Hadith of Tirmidhi 2156 says, "When Allah decrees a matter in the heaven, the angels strike their wings in submission to His word." In Sahih Muslim Hadith 222, angels descend during Laylat al-Qadr, bringing every command for the year. These narrations confirm that angels receive, carry and deliver Allah's Amr, which is the essential description of Naqil Al-Amr. Difference between angels Naqil Al-Amr, Katib Al-Qadar and Malak Al-Rizq wal-Ajal. Angel Naqil Al-Amr transfers Allah's command from the preserved tablet into creation, especially womb. Symbolizes messenger of the decree, focus on conveyance. Angel Katib Al-Qada writes the decrees of rizq, ajal, deeds and fate for every soul in the womb. Symbolizes recorder of destiny. Focus on inscription. Amjal Malak Al-Rizq wal-Ajal executes sustenance and lifespan decrees during human life. Symbolizes executor of provision and death. Focus on implementation. Summary: Angel Naqil delivers. Angel Katib Al-Qadar writes. Angel Malak Al-Rizq wal-Ajal enacts role in the creation of man. The most direct role of Angel Naqil Al-Amr is during embryonic development. At around 120 days, Allah commands the angel called Katib Al-Qada to deliver the decree of rizq, meaning sustenance, ajal meaning lifespan, amal meaning deeds, and final fate meaning sa'id or shaki into the womb. This makes Angel Naqil Al-Amr the bridge between eternity and the temporal world, between the Lawḥ al-Maḥfūẓ and the human fetus. His role is not to decide, but to deliver and implement Allah's written command. Angel Naqil Al-Amr is specifically the bearer. His role is to transfer commands, not to write like Katib Al-Qadar or execute directly like Malak Al-Rizq wal-Ajal. Role with the prophets. Across history, this angel is understood to have played a role in delivering commands that shaped the lives of the prophets. With Prophet Adam, the command to descend to earth was delivered through angelic carriers. With Prophet Nuh, the decree of the flood was transferred from heaven to earth. With Prophet Ibrahim, the command to sacrifice his son was delivered as a test. With Prophet Musa, the commands on Mount Tur came through angelic intermediaries. With Prophet Isa, his miraculous conception was itself the result of Allah's command kun, transmitted to Maryam's womb. With Prophet Muhammad, revelation itself is a form of the divine command being carried by angels to the Prophet. Symbolism in Tasawwuf. Tasawwufi masters see deep spiritual meanings. They every breath as Amr, just as Angel Naqil Al-Amr brings Allah's decree into the womb. Every human breath, meaning nafas, carries a divine command. Breath is life, and zikr with every breath makes man a conscious bearer of Allah's command. They stress that the Murshid is a living Naqil as the perfect guide, meaning Kamil Murshid is seen as a human reflection of this angel, transferring divine wisdom from his illuminated heart to the disciples' heart. They see human potential above angels, because angels carry Amr by nature, without free will, adhering to Allah's command, and man by free choice. If man aligns his nafs with Allah's Amr, he surpasses angels. If he rebels, he falls below beasts. Maulana Rumi says, if you cannot control your nafs, you are Iblis. If you conquer it, you become greater than angels. Angels carry his Amr without choice. Man carries his Amr with love. Angel Naqil Al-Amr and the voices of the Tasawwufi and Tariqat masters. Hazrat Ibn Arabi, famously called Al-Sheikh Al-Akbar, says in his Al-Futuhat Al-Makkiyah and Fusus Al-Hikam explains that the whole cosmos is nothing but the unfolding of the divine Amr. Angels are the carriers of this Amr. each one entrusted with a portion of existence. He interprets the hadith of the angel in the womb as the angel of Naqil, meaning transmission, who carries the decree of Allah from the preserved tablet into the matrix of form. He states, every breath of man is a new creation, meaning khalq jadid. In each breath, the Amr of Allah descends, and with each exhalation, the servant either reflects it with remembrance or distorts it with heedlessness. He describes that the angels carry the AMR by necessity. The perfect man carries it by choice and awareness. Thus he becomes the locus of Allah's gaze and surpasses the angels. For Hazrat Ibn Arabi, Naqil Al-Amr is part of the great angelic hierarchy of Tadbir, meaning governing. But man who realizes the secret of the breath becomes a living Naqil Al-Amr, carrying the command consciously. 2. Hazrat Imam Al-Ghazali, in Ihya Ulum al-Din and Mishkat al-Anwar, focuses on qadar, destiny and the soul's journey. He says, the Amr of Allah flows like a river from the unseen to the seen, and angels are like channels carrying this water into the fields of creation. Hazrat Al-Ghazali notes that this angel represents Allah's decree entering the physical realm. When Allah commands the angel to inscribe provision and fate, it is the descent of the eternal into the temporal. He says, the true teacher is a carrier of Amr, for he transmits Allah's command of guidance into the disciple's heart. He is like the angel who conveys decree into the womb. Hazrat Al-Ghazali says, angels are pure from disobedience, but they lack the struggle of their nafs. Man, if he conquers his nafs, becomes more noble than the angels, for he has borne the AMR with trial and victory. 3. Hazrat Maulana Rumi, in his Matnawi and Fihi Mafi, he often uses poetic imagery, stating, Allah said, be, and it became. Every moment this command descends again. Each breath of yours is the echo of be. You are the womb where his decree is born. On the struggle with nafs, Maulana Rumi poetically describes, the angels questioned, will you place one who sheds blood? But Allah placed his command in man's clay. If he obeys his nafs, he is Iblis. If he conquers it, he is higher than angels. He says, your breath is a ladder to heaven. If you fill it with Allah's name, you surpass Gabriel. If you waste it in heedlessness, you sink below the beasts. For the Murshid, he describes, the master is the angel who bears the AMR. He places in your heart the seed of light, as the angel placed the command in the womb. Nurture it, and you will give birth to eternity. Roll in grave and barzakh. Angel Naqil Al-Amr is not limited to the womb. He is present in the grave as well. The decree of whether the grave is a garden of paradise or a pit of hell is carried down through him. Just as he transferred Allah's command at the start of life, he transfers Allah's command at the beginning of barzakh. Angels Munkar and Nakir question, but it is Angel Naqil Al-Amr who ensures the divine decree of outcome is manifested. Roll on the day of Qiyamah, on the day of resurrection. He will deliver Allah's command to begin judgment. He will carry decrees of paradise or hell to each soul. He will participate with the angels who open the books of deeds. He will deliver the final command of Allah, echoing the very first command he bore to the womb. How to align with Amgal Naqil Al-Amr? Through a Kamil Murshid. The Murshid helps the disciple receive Allah's command of mercy, zikr with breath meaning nafas. Each breath in Allah's remembrance makes you a conscious bearer of the Amr. A Murshid awakens the seeker to the reality that every breath is a form shaped by zikr. By teaching breath zikr, the Murshid transforms the human into a being of continuous remembrance, surpassing angels. A Kamil Murshid, meaning a perfect spiritual guide, is considered in Tasawwuf the inheritor of the Prophet, guiding seekers on the path from clay meaning nafs to light meaning ruh. The Kamil Murshid helps awaken this nafas al-Rahman meaning breath of the All-Merciful within the disciple, also as stated in Surah Kaf verse 17. Whoever Allah guides is truly guided, but whoever He leaves to stray, you will never find for them a murshid, meaning a spiritual guide. Angels are always in dhikr, but their dhikr is fixed and limited to the forms Allah gave them. Man, however, through guidance of a murshid, can transform his every breath into dhikr, making his remembrance continuous, like angels, and even higher because it comes through free will. In tariqat, the murshid teaches habs al-nafas, meaning watching the breath, and zikr khafi, meaning silent dhikr. Every inhalation and every exhalation affirms Allah and He alone. This makes the seeker live in the constant rhythm of divine presence through du'as. As hadith says, du'a can change qadar. Through Qur'an, Surah Al-Fatiha, Surah Yasin, Surah Al-Qadr, Surah Al-Ikhlas, Surah Al-Falaq, Surah An-Nas protect from Iblis. Through acts, avoidance of pride and arrogance. Pride makes man like Iblis, who rejected Allah's command. So dear viewers, Angel Naqil Al-Amr is the angel of transition, carrying Allah's decrees from eternity into time, from the Lawḥ al-Maḥfūẓ into the womb, from life into death, from barzakh into qiyamah. He represents the movement of divine command. His role teaches man that every breath is itself a divine command carried into him. With zikr, humility, dua, and the guidance of a murshid, man can rise above angels, not by rejecting Allah's amr like Iblis, but by embracing it consciously. In Tasawwufi language, Naqil Al-Amr is the cosmic courier, the murshid is the earthly courier, the breath is the personal courier. Together, they link man to the eternal amr of Allah. Thank you for watching our video. If you enjoy this content and find it beneficial, we kindly ask you to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more authentic, faith-strengthening content. And let's continue this journey of knowledge together. Inshallah, see you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.